120. It says it goes 140, but it only goes 120. That's it. I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. Not feeling lonely. I just want to see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. I want to see ya. Jaguar. Passing the Jaguar. Like he's standing still. Oh shit, fuck this, oh fuck this, oh fuck this, oh fuck this, oh fuck this. Copper popper. He may not have caught me. Fuck, I got my blinkers on. I don't want to turn them off. So he doesn't follow me, because sometimes they use that as an excuse, you know. And I got my flashers on because, you know, I want to alert people on the road that, you know, there's an emergency, right? Because I'm barreling through. You know, it's a safety precaution. Anyway, so I just escaped the cop because of traffic, nicely enough. Not to be a lady this morning. Slowed down some, and I guess I'm going to stay slow for a while because, you know, usually they're in an area, you know, there could be another one up ahead shortly. You know, I don't want to get caught, but on the other hand, I want to get there in a hurry. Hurry. You know, because my heart is going, yes! So I was thinking, what am I going to say if I see him? You know, if I find him, what am I going to say? Well, I kind of wandered away from the house. I just ended up here, I don't know. I was in the neighborhood. In the neighborhood of the Midwest. And so, anyway. Yeah. Moonlight Drive. We're before Dallas, like 100 miles before Dallas, something like that. Anyway, and oh, there's McDonald's. Maybe I have money. Okay, I can get a coffee from the McD's, and I've got 3/4 of a tank of gas, thanks to a nice Mexican fellow, not Hispanic, not American, but you know, you can tell because of the accent. And the fellow who's riding with him didn't speak any English. It was in high school. So, anyway, they gave me 5 gallons, and then I have $4, and then, I don't know what 5 gallons, yeah, so that was like, plus this guy on a motorcycle gave me $5, and he didn't give it to me directly. That was cute. He gave it to the guy pumping the gas. You know, let him decide what to do, and you know what? so honest, he could have stuck that in his pocket, right? Because he didn't have the bill. And the only reason I saw it is because the guy handed me the bill, that the guy had handed him. So, just goes to show, that love. Anonymous gifts. Cool, right? Okay, so anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good. And one guy earlier when I was doing the video on I'm gonna get a cup of coffee and I got $10 and all like that place that I was at, that gas station, there was a guy named Mike there and he was putting air in his tires, I think it was air in his tires. And I started talking to him. And he was really sweet. He works for in Austin or around Austin. Maybe we're a little outside Austin, don't know. But, surveillance camera company, And he was really sweet, I just, walked up to him. Hi, I'm C. Want to buy an old lady a cup of coffee? Who could say no to that? So stupid, right? Definitely not a slick salesman. Or a scam, right? Just stupid. Hi there, I'm crazy. My name is Z. I got no money. Want to buy me a cup of coffee? Well, he did. He bought me a cup of coffee with the sweet. That was sweet, right? And not only did he buy me a cup of coffee, he asked me if I wanted something to eat. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, so, and I said, donuts, no. Because he was pointing at the donuts, And I said, maybe one of these, and I got a meat thing from the cooler. It's about $2. He bought me that too. Real sweet guy. I've been trying to leave people my business cards, telling them to call me around Christmas time. Call me around Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. No, just kidding. Oh, I had this one guy. Oh, it was okay. So he says, he says, huge truck, beautiful dually pickup truck, new. He doesn't want to buy jewelry. He doesn't want to buy boxes. He doesn't have any change. He doesn't want to use his debit card. I hand him my business card, and he doesn't want to take that either, right? So he says to me, I'll pray for you. And I said, who are the hands and feet of God? Good morning, Austin. C just went through your town. C. Corpus Christi. Jesus. Actually, I do know a little bit about carpentry. And a little bit about pipe cutting and a little electrical. It's modern times, what can I say? Jesus was a contractor. And a woman. You never thought, huh? God works in mysterious ways. had to be a man back in the day. So anyway, yeah, I mean, God would have sent a woman the first time around, but, you know, you would have stoned her right away. Nothing would have happened. So couldn't do. Had to wait for the second round to send the real worker in. Okay. The real deal. And the last one, right? He was supposed to be unmarried and everything. Fooled ya. Married multiple times. So, yeah. Who would have guessed? God is sneaky, right? He's like that. Oh, and that guy at the gas station who said, "I'll pray for you," and I said, who are the hands and feet of God, right? Nothing. Said nothing, right? Because I caught the lying bastard right there. That's one of the guys that you know he goes to church, and you know you could just spray paint a red letter on his forehead, right, or something, because so everybody would know who he was. Next time he tried to go to church. Tattoo. Because he's one of the, you know, those that fool you. So. Yeah, while I've been going through this thing, you know, and things have gotten really bad, you know, in these past 7 years. I've been thinking about how these guys, these undercover guys in the church, the elders, the priests, they've been ruining God's reputation. And, you know, because of what they're doing behind closed doors when people come to them for help, you know. When they know it's their word against, you know, this other person. Who has no status or power in society, or, you know, who's going to believe them. Anyway, so it's serious. It's really a serious issue because things have really gone in the toilet. And you know, so yeah, they're ruining God's reputation. You know, God isn't ruining his reputation. These shysters that go into the church and do what they're doing are ruining God's reputation. So, you know, the church really needs to get jiggy with it, okay? Whoever's calling themselves a house of worship, any place that calls them church or whatever. And, you know, I mean, you know, first of all, churches should pay taxes. Okay? If anybody should pay taxes. No, business should not pay taxes. Individuals should not pay taxes. Churches should. Not chicken. Not churches, chicken. Churches. Why? Because those taxes could go to policing the churches, like making public information, all the background checks and all that stuff. So all you'd have to do is go down to the courthouse and check it out, see if it's see all the documentation, see all the details, where the pastor or preacher or whoever, rabbi, has been, how many towns they lived in, and so on and so on. I mean, to protect the babies and God's reputation. So you can see, if I think there ought to be a government, it ought to be really tiny. That's about all they can. That's about it. As far as defense goes, Constitution says, and for God's sake, we have ROTC in, high schools. We're dead. There's no reason that, that can't be turned into mandatory for everybody and organized militia. No reason. Why not? And get rid of the military-industrial complex. I mean, it's just time. It's the season. It's time. Time to get rid of the monetary system. Time to interpret Jesus' words as instead of paying your taxes, instead of gold belongs to God and just give the image to Him, just freaking give all the money back to them. You give them all the money and we got the power. And it's not going to be a big deal, even for big business, to not deal with cash anyway. I mean, it's not. And the transition can take place via simply having a mind to set up every possible trade you can using your money to create the software to keep track of all the shipping and receiving. Import, export from your business. From and to, and who owes you what, and how much they owe you, and when things are getting out of control, and they've gotten a lot of your inventory lately and haven't been lately, producing any results, and stuff like that. Easy peasy. And big business is one to do that. If they really wanted to free themselves from the monetary system, and then, just think about it. What are they going to do? If everybody who's wholesaling, that's wholesale business to business anyway, right? So, and they could start it that way. And then, then the electronic money would start to go. And then finally the cash. And maybe we'd end up with gold and silver. Maybe people would just say, hey, it's working. It's working really well. What the hell? We'll just keep gold and silver for its functional purpose, phase out. And, you work for a big company. You could have so many hours at different levels. You could have levels. In those levels, your working hours, equal to more or less so many goods. So much worth of goods, we could do it. Get away from having a, so that it would be like, well, a big trading deal. So we'd be big, but with computers, we can go back to the old way of doing things, which is trading stuff. Time, energy, expertise, you know. And they were talking about the Sesame, the credit rating, so you could rate somebody, like, not levels, maybe, well, you can have levels, but more specifically, you could, like a credit score, but it would be like 1 to 100 maybe. Your, estimated value, you know, maybe based on your education, maybe based upon your ability to self-teach, your age and your knowledge level, and and computers can evaluate your value to a company, any company, or any business, any endeavor, and you could improve it as you go along. You can improve it, like you can improve your credit score, your value score, your contribution. You could call it your contribution score, right? 0 to 100. Which would be a combination of, your service to society, your potential, your knowledge, your ability to be self-teaching, or, so that when you set your mind or somebody asks you to do something, how well and how quickly you're going to accomplish the goal, estimated. They have ways. We have ways. We have ways and means. It's the Ways and Means Committee. We don't need no stinking taxes. So 50 ways to leave your governor. There's a way right there. Because if you cut off the blood supply to the cancer, the government, ooh, YouTube might not let me load this one. I said the wrong thing. Ooh. Damn it. I just ruined the video. Okay, well, I'm going to have to edit this one. Well, they're censoring me. They're censoring me. If I say anything too provocative, the thing just keeps loading and loading, and it doesn't finish. But, I don't know, they're like approving, takes levels of approval. I guess it depends on how provocative it is. Maybe it'll take 2 days before they decide, okay, we're going to let it go. Well, okay, I suppose so. This is where we're going. No. Okay. Whatever you say, you're the boss. You're the boss because you got the control. But anyway, I don't know, maybe they'll let it ride this time. I don't know. But 50 ways to leave your governor. So there's another way to leave the governor. Leave him in the dirt, dying, bleeding to death on a dirt road. That's what my brother, my stepbrother Mark did after, when he started dealing in drugs. There was a conflict, and he had a conflict. Somebody cheated him or something, and he took a sawed-off shotgun, took the guy out into the country, shot his legs off, and left him to bleed to death out there. Luckily, he was in a state that didn't have capital punishment. However, I know. Look, Namayaba. It wasn't my kid. But it could have been anybody's kid, you know. Well, Mark was special. In that especially scary way. I mean, he used to scare the crap out of the old ladies in Elm Heights, because he'd be setting fires in their yard. He was bad, right from the get-go. So when Lisa, you know, blew into town, his blood kin sister, and said, come stand in court and speak, you know, during his trial. I'm like thinking, if I do that, they're really going to hang him. Because I'm going to tell the truth. He can't be trusted. Never liked him. Never was able to connect with him at all. Talk about a ghost. I mean, he was present in body, but he was from another universe. So I talk about can't touch this. Couldn't get near it. It was weird. It was weird. No connect whatsoever. No human, like, I never saw him show any kind of human anything, you know, like, never. Okay. Needs or anything, or, I mean, he had friends, he had buddies, you know, fire buddies. But I think he was like the little leader, the little Hitler in the group, you know. I think he was the instigator. I mean, I could not have said anything that would have been, if I had gone and tried, and just my standing there, like trying not to say something bad, would have said too much. Well, he's got blonde hair and blue eyes. He's very attractive. He was always an attractive child. So even if I had wanted, wouldn't have worked. I told you what happened to his mother, right? The one who told me that she didn't want me there. And this was the woman my father was madly in love. This was like the love of his life. I mean, true, he loved his wife, Margie, and he loved, you know, I mean, he did, I think, but this one, you know, and so you gotta, like, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what it was about, but what the deal was with the. Mine is not to question why. Mine is but to do and die. No. You know, I do question why. I do. became my own Buddha in my own right. Yeah. But, yeah, Cookie was my guru. And, the way Cookie was my guru was, I could be like having anxiety or thinking or worrying about stuff, and I'd be in the yard and Cookie would be in the yard, and Cookie would be like totally chill in the sun, laying there in the sun, so her black coat looked all red, from the sunlight hitting it, just so, and she was just breathing, and I was watching Cookie and I was going, damn, Cookie is showing me the way. I know that sounds kind of kooky, because most people think, oh, well, I'm taking care of the dog. No. It's like the student and the teacher relationship. It works both ways. You take care of the animal, but spiritually, if you open your mind up to it, they will teach you a lot. They'll teach you what you need. Because they're like emotionally connected to you. And so they know they're your teachers. They call them familiars and, other disciplines like, witchcraft and stuff like that. But people need to know they're like your personal guru. They're talking to you about how to be spiritually. Or they're like, you're so bad off, they're just reflecting, They're just reflecting, And, like, for example, what I mean by reflecting. So, Margie had a lot of cats and dogs and stuff that she rescued. And, but Minnie was her main guru. And, Minnie, the minute Margie would come in, Minnie would jump into the purse. In other words, saying, you're so bad off, you shouldn't be going anywhere without me. You need to be taking me everywhere, girl. Not just on the purse, in the purse. Like, okay, next time you leave, I'm going with. Stuff like that. It's like, take a hint, get a hint. That's what they're here to do. And then once they've finished with this little human farm, okay, they're going to come and harvest us for cat and dog food. Raise us spiritually. It's a give and a take, Raise our level spiritually, and then they're going to make cat and dog food out of us. And feed the babies. Off on planet Xenos. It's a give and a take, right? So we abuse them here on Earth, and we treat them like they're nothing. And they're these saints, that are here to assist us spiritually. And one day they'll come and harvest from outer space. Sophisticated ones. You see, the ones we're dealing with down here, they take this lowly form of, so that they look helpless. But the ones from Xenos are, they're now. Come on, I'm not serious. Okay, I'm not. Well, I mean, I am in a way, but I mean, not about the bad brown around the edges? No. Not yet. No, mankind is not brown around the edges just yet. Jesus hasn't come with a blowtorch yet. But we're all waiting. A few more minutes. So, you know, Planet Xenos, the cat dog planet, they're, oh yeah, they get along. Oh, it's the hierarchy and everything. Oh, I have to tell you about it sometime. Anyway, no, seriously, folks. I forgot where I was going to go with that. I was going to make a statement, and whoop, it went out of my mind. It's my contacts from Xenos. They don't want me to tell you too much. They don't want to scare you. But once you're spiritually ready, you'll be okay with it. I'm so bad, right? So bad. Scaring the crap out of the little children. Yeah, the dogs and cats are reporting on you. They take a census constantly, every day. At the end of the day, a census goes on. Communications with Xenos. They're ready to rock and roll any minute. You know, they're on, on hold. They are so hungry. They can't wait for that dinner bell. Humans awesome. Mixed grill. Chow chow. I'm so mean. I'm so ugly. I'm so bad. You see the way my imagination works? Okay.
In half a mile, keep
to continue on I-35E north. Follow signs for I-35E Dallas.
Dallas, because I've been from Tucson. Okay, I'm not going to start singing. Let's see. Dallas, Fort Worth, West.
keep right at the fork to
Continue on
I don't know.
I-35E north.
I-35 north. There is no. It's west and east. That's all I can do. I don't. I guess it doesn't matter which way I go. Anyway, I'll get there.
continue on I-35.
5E for 47 miles.
Oh, I was supposed to go E, and I went W. Oh. Oh God.
Continue on I-35.
5W north for 3 miles.
For 3 miles. She's rerouting. So anyway. Yeah, they're looking forward to, Xenos is looking forward to interstellar travel, but they need, they need some freeze-dried supply.
In 2 miles,
Take exit 3 toward airport. Farm to market road
They've been
2959.
planning this for millennia. Listen, I got this book that I want to write about that whole thing. Actually, that's part of the story. Is the cats and the dogs. See, I put the cats and the dogs in the Garden of Eden. Okay. It's like it's agricultural history, science fiction, okay, because of this part part here. And I work it all into the whole, it's fucking outrageous. It's really gonna be good. So anyway, but I don't know if I should do that first because, you know, I really should read my dad's book first, and I should probably take
In half a mile, take
Exit 3 toward Airport Farm to Market Road 2959.
add them to the pages of his book and, you know, put the thing on the internet. Well, that's
take exit 3. Then
And then I had this other book that I wanted to write, which
turn right toward County Road.
4238. Then turn left to County Road 4238.
and it was going to be about
Turn right.
what happened behind the scenes and what the reason
Continue on I-30.
5W
for
north
the
for 21 miles.
coronavirus pandemic. Okay, and that was not going to be sci-fi. That was going to be espionage, international, you know, economic, and it was just going to be a thriller kind of thing, action thriller. So, and it was going to have an element of the Epstein scandal worked into it, and that Epstein works into the corona pandemic and all that ruckus that went on in the Royal House of Saudi. You know, big oil interest in it. Oh, it's going to be great. I thought, damn, this is going to be hot. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Sex, big money, and international secrets. And the bone saw incident and everything, I was going to work it all in there. It's going to be great. Well, I could still do it, but anyway. You know, that was another one. So that's 3, and oh, let me see. There's a 4th one. What was the 4th one going to be? Oh, the 4th one was. Oh yes, I remember now. Things my grandmother told me, and it was just going to be a simple little book of, you know, sayings that my grandmother said and what they mean, and you know, like the grass is always greener on the other side, and notes about my love for my grandmother and things that happened between us and things she taught me that, you know, and stuff like that. Just a little fluff book, you know, just a little fluff. So that was 4. I think that's all I had in mind so far. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So in one of the videos I was talking about the psychiatric diagnoses and stuff like that. Okay. Before I had the car accident, when I went psychotic multiple times, I was deemed psychotic by this idiot who looked just like my daughter. Okay, so this is what happened. Well, to tell you how I got in the clutches of the authorities is actually a racism story, because I was talking to a black man and a white guy was licking and, you know, because I was, you know, I wasn't flirting with him. I was telling him a story, you know. Anyway, so, my business if I wanted to flirt with him, you know. But anyway, just my, you know. Anyway, so that's what kicked it off. And so I'm in the clutches. They've got me on hold, you know, in Chris Christie State, New Jersey. And I was just thinking about the psychiatrist that made a pass at me. It's very sexy. Anyway, so, I mean, he made a really nice pass at me. It was tempting. I thought about it, you know, getting locked up, meeting in the rubber room. Anytime I watch sex, just do what I normally do, start screaming like a banshee. I'm out of control! My hormones are out of control! Do something, anything. Oh, the rubber room. Oh no, don't take me to the rubber room. Here you go. That reminds me of Dr. McGrath. Oh my God. Well, that's another story. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm in the hospital part, but before I go to the, you know, the unit, right, the evaluation. And so I'm just chit-chatting with the girl, and I swear to God, I told her, you know, I was chit-chatting, and I told her that I was getting ready to write this book, right? And instead of taking it like I was an author with a fanciful story, she goes, "Psycho!" And I'm like sitting here going, "Are you serious? I told you it was a story, you dumbass." Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe she had a quote in it. No, actually, if I were to like look at a personal reason why she did it, if there was one, or she was just like not listening to me, missed the part about the fact that, you know, it was a book and a story, it would be because I pissed her off. And I pissed her off because I got personal with her, and I may have struck a chord. Okay. And she's like, you know, I don't believe you went there. I do that sometimes with people that I'm not like really meaning. It's just truth. And sometimes people get really upset when you speak the truth about them to them. It's like, but I didn't know her. But apparently, something in me knew her. And anyway, so I think that's why she did what she did. She wasn't even the psychiatrist. She was just the person that, you know, the psychiatrist never even came in for 5 minutes to see me. He took the word of this person wholesale. They had a little, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they had a little pipeline, a little system. they wanted to funnel you in a permanent deal, like long term. I mean, that was the idea. That was the goal, okay, was to funnel as many people as possible. A little aggressive. Just a wee bit. But anyway, I mean, the phrase, let's get the kids off the street, comes to mind. My grandfather used to say that when he was playing cards. Okay, let's get the kids off the street, and wham, everything would be cleared off the table. Right? We're ready to go in for the count. I'm just thinking about some of the patients that we're going through there, and how bad I felt for them. I wanted to take them home with me and take care of them. One was a schizophrenic in a wheelchair. One was a young woman, mid-20s. She would have been really good on a farm with animals and stuff. She really needed something like that. And one of them was this little old man. He was so sweet. He was a farmer. Anyway, I just wanted to take all three of them home with me and take care of them. But they all went into long-term care. An institution. They were special. They were definitely, I mean, there was some kind of something with these three people that was just like, I don't know what it was. There was something there. Like, I looked at them like, they were my people, and I needed to take to my family or something. I had a feeling like that about them. It was honestly, it was, like, I don't know what it was. I really don't know what it was. Glad I met them. And I met some other interesting people there in that particular situation. Well, I mean, interesting, but so many interesting people. Oh my God, if you just took a snapshot of the moment, right? Snapshot, all the people in the world, how long would it take you if say you had powers of, the immortal? How long would it take you to, like, from that snapshot in this moment, to meet and talk to and get to know and listen to the stories of each and every one alive now? How long would it take? How many lifetimes? If you could, like, freeze time. Wouldn't that be cool? You could spend an eternity, practically. That'd be interesting to do the calculations on that. What kind of interesting if you had that much contact, with... Oh, I was going to talk to you, so I told you about the book ideas. So I want to tell you about the spiritual, right? So I've been listening to all of these psychics, and, I already believe in reincarnation. I think I mentioned that. And I'll tell you sometime the story of how I arrived. I didn't just buy that.
In 2 miles, take
Exit